let's get into today's topic. So self-esteem and self-worth. Why is it important? Almost every decision that you make, every choice that you make is influenced by the level of self-esteem that you have. So it's that lens that we see through. And if we need to, we have to expand our self-esteem and our self-worth so we're making better decisions. So like in other words, self-esteem serves as a motivational function, right? By making it more or less likely that people will take care of themselves and explore their full potential. That's what we're really looking for. You cannot explore your full potential if you do not believe that you are fully deserving of what you think that potential is. Here, let's just say we're talking about salary, for example. The money creates the thing that you're after, whether that's freedom, resources. I don't know if you'll be more active in your church or community, or you want to put away money for your kids, whatever. That's what it is. It's safety, it's resources, it's options in your life. Okay, we think we want money for things, but the things mean something to us. It means a better life, better quality of life, essentially. So if we're talking about salary, let's say you're targeting 300K, for example. If you do not fully believe you are worth that in the marketplace, there's going to be a big block on if you're actually going to be able to show up to that negotiation conversation confidently, whether we give you exactly what to say or not. Like, you have to believe that that's what you're worth. I started learning a little bit of like what I think is the psychology behind this. And it's just that we're willing to settle, especially if we're trying to get out of a toxic work environment. It's like, oh my God, I'll do anything to get out of here. So there's that, there's settling and then just believing you're not worth it because maybe you've been beaten down so much. So after having conversations like that, by the end of the call, I'm hoping I get the mindset flipped a little bit. But here's the deal. If you accept something that's below your worth and you're finding peace in that because you really like the job, I'm telling you, 90 days, 6 months into this role, there's going to be a certain level of toxicity because the exchange between money and your service isn't even. Knowing your self-worth is a very personal thing. It really has nothing to do with anyone else. It's your internal measure of how you value yourself, regardless of what you think other people might think of you. So you could think of it like a personal manifesto as a declaration of your beliefs, and it often comes with a powerful set of statements about yourself. And you might have to go back to experiences that created certain thoughts, and how can we reframe those experiences and make them less about you and your worth. In most situations, we want to be open-minded. Do I feel like being flexible and settling is the same thing? No, but I feel like when people believe they need to be too flexible, that basically turns into settling. You'll know in your gut if you're over the moon about an offer and excited to take it, or if you're disappointed in an offer. Like, you'll know, I want to live how I want to live. And it means something different to everybody, and it's personal. How you want to be living, how you want to live, what you want to create in your life, you need to figure that out. Okay, so whether it's like this huge legacy and wealth and investments in a company, if is it, I want to literally be able to donate X amount of dollars to a charity. This is the kind of apartment I want to live in. This is the kind of house I want to live in. Get specific. You can't leave too much up to the universe and to these offers and people. Like, sit down. Okay, what's the number you want to have in the savings account? Picture that, or you have to decide, right? And then you can reverse engineer the process from there. Okay, so there's one conversation. I'm high level tech. This is what I'm worth. I'm going after that. This is what I want. I want all this money. There's that conversation. What am I worth in the role specifically? And I'm not settling from there, but for somebody whose lifestyle is really important, start there, and then you can reverse engineer. You can almost reverse engineer to the point where you can figure out what kind of role is going to support this and make me the most happy. Reverse engineer from the lifestyle. Think about this stuff, guys. And if you've never thought big enough too about like what you want to do with your money, think about that stuff. Just to repeat myself, there's the conversation of, this is the role I'm going after, and I'm not swaying from this specific role. And what is that in the marketplace? Without even thinking about what you're doing with the money. You already know that this number is so important to you. Well, now we have to figure out maybe if there's a gap in your belief system around why you can't reach that level of salary. Then there's also the issue of, when you do start making really good money, you could start getting like this fear of like, failure, fear of success, even, when you're closing really big deals, you find yourself the next deal, you throw out numbers that they just come out of your mouth that are so much lower than what you know that you want or that you're worth or that will create that lifestyle or even support the business. Does that even give me enough money to pour back into marketing? Does that give me enough money to create jobs for other people? Like, it's really important to me that we create jobs and things like that. Well, how do I get to that? We have to think like this. We have to think big. Just to sort of summarize, if you feel like you're having resistance or 1 foot in and 1 foot out of this job search because you don't know what you're targeting, you have forgotten what makes you happy, or you want to go after something totally different and you feel like you need to tweak some things, if you're spinning out of control, don't know what you're targeting, don't know what you're worth with these roles, really think about how your self-esteem is influencing your decisions and your actions in this job search. Are you acting from a place of expecting greatness, or are you acting from a place of you already know you're going to settle and you're making yourself feel small? What are your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions about self-worth? Have you ever actually had that discussion with yourself?